to the morning sun. Feel the warmth, a new day has begun. Coffee brews and the world comes to life. A Logan County breakfast started right. Join us here, come smile with me in the morning light. Oh, so free. Feel the joy, feel the beat. Logan County's got the rhythm.
Good morning, Logan County. I'm Brian.
And I'm Lindsey. Let's start our day with a little inspiration. Today's daily devotional comes from Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take.
Amen. Welcome to Logan County Breakfast, your go-to show for uplifting stories and great conversations to start your day right here in beautiful, sunny for the time being, Logan County, Arkansas.
Thank you for tuning in. We're thrilled to have you with us today. Get ready for some fantastic news, entertaining segments, and a whole lot of fun to kickstart your day. So sit back, relax, and let's make this a wonderful morning together.
We have an exciting show lined up for you today. First, we'll dive into a bit of history, share an inspiring story, and catch you up on the latest local news. But first, we'll kick things off with a quick look at the weather right after this brief message. Stay tuned.
At Shelter Insurance, we've found that peace of mind offers some real advantages. That's why we work hard to make things easier for you. By sheltering your cars. By sheltering your home. By sheltering your toys. By sheltering your life. Peace of mind. Isn't that the best shelter there is? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Contact Baker's Shelter Insurance in Booneville at 479-675-2782.
Discover the charm of Pennies from Heaven in Booneville, a place where unique finds are given a second chance to shine. From beautifully refinished antique furniture to clothing, kids' items, and even men's goods, there's something for everyone. But that's not all. We're also your local Bible bookstore. At Pennies from Heaven, it's not about the money. It's about the love of the craft and sharing it with you. Come discover affordable artistry and heartfelt hospitality. Visit today and find your next treasure.
Here's a look at today's weather in Logan County, sponsored by Baker Shelter Insurance in Booneville. Today, a mix of clouds and sun early, then becoming mostly cloudy later in the day. High near 55. Tonight, mostly cloudy with an overnight low near 34 degrees. Have you ever went to take a drink of coffee and you spilled it all down your shirt? You just miss your mouth completely?
I sure have. Last night I did that. It was really nice. Anyway.
It's worse when you're driving. I think the cup that is worse, let me rephrase that. The cup with the lid that has the highest probability of that action happening is Casey's.
Why?
Because their lids
Don't stay on.
Well, they do stay on, but they feel like they're not going to stay on. And then, like if you're having to watch the road and drink your coffee, the lid just feels weird. It's not. I don't know. It's somehow it's made. That's what I did. Because you didn't know where the coffee was. You have to look at your coffee cup every time you're going to take a drink. Maybe that's just me.
Maybe it is. I also did that with water at your event and magazine. I was talking to someone and completely missed my mouth and just that was fun. So who's in the chat?
We've got a lot of folks in the chat this morning. Good morning to my mom. Good morning, Merle Martindale.
Good morning.
Good morning, Alan and Holly Barker.
Good morning.
And good morning, Todd Dedman.
Good morning.
We're so happy that you all could join us this morning. I guess we know the snowpocalypse is upon us. Snowpocalypse 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Put in the chat, what do you think it's going to do? Do you think
How
it's
do you
going to
feel
be?
about it?
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I tend to have a conservative view because in my lifetime, the only real big one was in 2000. That was the ice storm of 2000.
Mm.
Otherwise, it's been, pretty much just.
Was it 2 weeks without power? Then?
Some places was longer than that.
Mm.
But we watched the 4029 meteorologist last night. What's his name? Darby Bybee?
Something like
Is
that.
that
Darby.
Is that 4029? Yeah, I think it is 4029. And I haven't watched this morning, but he seemed to think that there wouldn't be much ice accumulation south of I-40. So that's our neck of the woods. And
what about Oklahoma? Worry about your mom and Kieran and everybody else.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Let us know how it is out there.
Oklahoma always gets tornado. I always want to say tornadoes lately. It's tornado weather. It's
Texas.
Worse. No, I don't know what that is.
Is that
Good
how they
morning,
say
Elias. We're happy to
Hey,
have you.
good morning, Elias. In Texas, do they say tornado?
No, they don't. That's why I don't know why it keeps trying to come out like that. I don't know.
Well, in Lubbock, isn't there a
haven't
school
been to
called
Texas.
Tornado?
No, Coronado.
Oh, Coronado. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I went there for a minute and then back to Monterey.
Mm.
Anyway.
Every day brings with it its unique piece of history. Let's explore some of the most fascinating events that happen on this day in our next segment called
My happy place. On this day we shine so bright, so bright. On this day I stay fly.
On this day in 1984, Apple's seminal ad for a new Macintosh computer directed by Ridley Scott, loosely based on George Orwell's 1984, plays during Super Bowl 13. That's when the LA Raiders defeated the Washington Redskins. I can remember that. Marcus Allen was the MVP.
He's my favorite.
That ad started the craze for Super Bowl ads.
Hey, I do like those Super Bowl ads.
And it was that one.
Mm-hmm.
Think how influential Steve Jobs was on our culture, that he knew that was huge. He knew that so many people, especially then, because you had cable and, a few satellite folks, but mainly cable TV and open air TV, because you had the Super Bowl would have been on the broadcast networks. That was probably the most watched TV show at the time, was the Super Bowl.
I can believe that.
And it was only up from there.
What do you think about Steve Jobs before we move forward?
I think he was a
You learned it?
trailblazer. Yeah, he was very smart. Very
What's
smart.
something he taught you or that you took away from that? Just his drive.
I may have mentioned it, but he had a noise to signal ratio that's about 80-20.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't know what that is, did I?
You didn't tell them. You told me.
Okay,
It's very
so,
interesting.
and Steve Jobs looked at everything as, does it? So he would have long-term goals, short-term goals. And I'm going to go over this pretty quick because I don't want to lose you in the weeds. And even the clothes he wore, had the same outfit in his closet because that's another decision he would have to make that day. And he knew that there was a thing called decision fatigue, that you can only successfully make so many decisions throughout the day until your mind is just kind of tired. And he had, 3 to 5 things that he had to accomplish that day that, were aligned with his long-term goals. And if the activity that he was doing was in let's say it was in pursuit of those 3 to 5 things, then that was called signal. And anything else was considered noise. So if you, and family and your personal life would be in that also. So that would be considered noise. So that's probably why he didn't have a very good home life. You know, he didn't have any successful relationships that I can recall. But, and there was a guy that worked for him that now knows Elon and says, Elon Musk, his signal to noise ratio. So Steve Jobs was 80-20. He said Elon's is like close to 100 signal, which, you know, it shows just 20% more. And you see all that Elon has accomplished, all the different things that he has accomplished. I mean, think of Elon, what you will. He's very successful in what he does.
Yeah, he is that.
But anyway, not to get off into the weeds. I don't know. Oh, yeah, we got into Steve Jobs because of the Super Bowl commercial. You know, scientists have found the solution to fighting the flu, or they may have found the solution to fighting the flu, and it may be right outside your front door. More on this after the break, and we'll jump into the news and local events happening near you. Don't go away.
It is now time for our news brief.
A recent study from the University of Surrey indicates that adequate vitamin D levels may help reduce the risk of hospital admissions for respiratory infections, including the flu. Vitamin D, known as the sunshine vitamin, is primarily produced by the body upon exposure to sunlight and abundant in foods like oily fish and egg yolks. Research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that individuals with severe vitamin D deficiency were 33% more likely to be hospitalized for respiratory conditions such as bronchitis and pneumonia compared to those with optimal levels. The study analyzed data from 36,000 adults across the UK, highlighting the importance of maintaining sufficient vitamin D, especially during the darker winter months, when many experience lower levels of this essential nutrient. Study author Dr. Andrea Darling emphasized that respiratory infections significantly impact public health and suggested that consuming vitamin D fortified foods could help mitigate this risk and alleviate pressure on healthcare services. With around 1 in 6 people in the UK falling below government recommended vitamin D levels of 10 micrograms daily, experts urge the public to be mindful of their vitamin intake. I would say get out in the sun.
Yes, I need it right now. And I will be. All right, for local events. In local news, excitement is building as residents gear up for the 2026 Polar Plunge at Cove Lake in Paris on February 21st. Registration for individual and team participants opens at 10 a.m., and plungers are encouraged to don creative costumes to amp up the fun. This year's event promises glacial challenges, frozen-friendly competitions, community shout-outs, and costume contests, all in support of the Special Olympics Arkansas. Participants are asked to raise a minimum of $50 to take the plunge, with the festivities kicking off at 11 a.m. Don't miss out on the chance to support a fantastic cause while having a blast.
I will see you there, folks.
Yes. I'll be there, but I'm still deciding if I'm going to get in the water or not.
I think I'm going to start my Wim Hof regimen.
You'll need to. Maybe you should do it there.
I don't know about that.
Can you imagine?
If you don't know what Wim Hof is, it's a breathing exercise. So Wim Hof is the Iceman. He's been studied on different Discovery Channel and History Channel shows. He has a documentary, and he has the record for being submerged in ice. I think it's like over an hour.
Oh, thank you.
And he hiked above the Arctic Circle, did a marathon above the Arctic Circle wearing shorts and no shoes.
How does that prevent frostbite?
Yep. Wim Hof method. But anyway, some love stories start big, others start quietly, and then last a lifetime.
Today's story takes us to Hopewell, Virginia, where a couple who eloped 70 years ago finally had the wedding they never got to have.
Harold Pugh is 91, Frances Pugh is 90, and their love story began the old-fashioned way, at a skating rink back when they were barely out of their teens.
In fact, when they first got married in the 1950s, they couldn't wait for the minister to finish the vows before saying I do. It was quick, simple, and it stuck.
70 years later, standing on the edge of their 9th decades of life, they decided it was time to do something special.
This time, there was an aisle, a flower girl, something borrowed, something blue, the whole wedding experience they skipped the first time around.
Frances told news reporters, "After all these years, I still love him. I cherish him. I appreciate all he's done for me over these years."
The room was filled with family and friends, people who've watched this couple live out their vows every single day.
The officiant summed it up perfectly, saying, "Traveling, riding roller coasters in your 90s, hosting Bible studies in your home, we see in you a pair blessed with years of life and the wisdom to truly live it."
Guests shared stories of a couple known for their faith, their generosity, and always putting others first.
And when the moment came to have and to hold in sickness and in health, the answer was just as clear as it was 70 years ago.
I do.
Proof that love doesn't fade with time, it deepens.
And sometimes the best weddings are worth waiting 70 years for. Oh, look at them.
How sweet. Merle says that, Merle and Mom say that they're expecting ice. I hope not too much. I just hope nobody loses power, because that's when things get dangerous. And Merle says that her foot doctor told her that vitamin D and C are good for your bones.
I'm learning more about C.
Yeah.
It's very important. Yeah. And of course, vitamin D. Yes. So, all right. As we conclude today's show, we'd like to share a motivational quote to carry throughout the day.
Yep.
All righty then.
I forgot to get the quote again.
Let me find one.
No, I've got one.
Okay. No
Cubs
pressure.
win. Yogi Berra.
Very good. Love it.
That's all for today, folks. Thanks for joining us on Logan County Breakfast.
We'll see you tomorrow morning with more news, weather, and inspiration. Have a great day.
Have
Get
a
out
blessed
in
day,
the
everyone.
sunshine.
Yes, while it lasts.